Hello, it's Peter Wright and Kathleen Beauvais with another weekly wrap up of the Yakking Show. We're talking about the week that was, the week that will be ending on Friday, the 20th of October, 2023. And at last, up here in Ontario, we have our fall colours. What do you think, Kathleen? Have you been out and about?
I have, and it is quite pretty out there. Although the colors this season haven't changed as much as they have in previous years because we had a rather warm fall. So that's why apparently
Right.
I'm from what I'm hearing, anyways.
Yeah. And certainly where I am, which is a little bit northwest of you, it's only in the last couple of days that we've seen the most brilliant colors. Whereas in earlier years, sort of by late September, early October, we were getting plenty of good colors. So yeah, it's a nice time of year and it's not too cold. We are
Well,
still enjoying above freezing temperatures, so we're grateful for that.
yes.
So we had some interesting guests on the Yakking Show this week. We had on Tuesday, we published an episode with Dr. Reesa Woolf, who's a public speaking expert, and she really is an expert. She had some really good tips. What did you think of what she had to say, Kathleen?
Oh my goodness, her interview was jam-packed full of tips on public speaking and a great advice. I would urge anybody that has a fear of public speaking, and I know that many of you out there have this fear. You got to listen to this interview, and even if you are really serious about getting out there, give her a call because I know she can help you. She helps a
Hmm.
lot of leaders, actually, doesn't she? She works with top executives on doing presentations and having to stand in front of a group of several people, actually, not just a group of hundreds of people, to deliver a presentation very beautifully and cohesively. Yeah.
Yeah, she was really good. And one of the big takeaways for me, and I've done a fair bit of public speaking, was don't focus on the 100 or 20 or 500 people in the room. Just focus on groups of two or three because anyone can speak to two or three people. So I thought that was a good tip. And
Yeah.
then I'm afraid that sorry, Kathleen, you want to add any
No, go
more
ahead.
to?
Go ahead.
Well, I've got an admission and a confession to make that the Friday the 13th Gremlins caught me, and on Friday the 13th, I was scheduling the next, well, episode 280 to be published later in the month, and I accidentally set it to publish. So this week we had two episodes published. The second one was Laura Doman, who is a voiceover actress and an expert on how to present yourself and produce videos effectively. And she was also entertaining and very informative, wasn't she, Kathleen?
Absolutely. And I think we had several takeaways from that interview and how
Hmm.
to present yourself in front of the camera. But she had some wonderful tips, especially, for women who wear big dangly earrings, for instance. She said that those are such distractions to don't do that and wear colors that complement you, just things like that, right? And not too funky
Absolutely.
hairstyles. So just be conservative, keep it conservative, I guess, is really what I got from that.
Yeah, and the big one for me was don't over rehearse. She said
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're practicing and preparing and rehearsing a video, do two or three takes, maybe four, but don't keep on because you'll find it actually gets worse. And we found that, haven't we, Kathleen? That very often when we're recording one of our shorter informative videos, that often our second, sometimes even the first is the best, and
Mhm.
occasionally the fourth. But if we go more than that, we go downhill very rapidly. So that was a good tip as well.
Yeah, and that's
And then,
because don't mean to interrupt you, Peter, but that's because you're so focused on what you're reading, like your script that you're trying to follow, that you lose your place in the script, and you just go off, and it just doesn't work. So, yeah, great advice there.
absolutely. And I think we get self-conscious if we keep on practicing. Anyway, we have another interesting guest next week, and we have Nicole Porter, and she is the founder and owner of Monomoy, sorry, social media. She's a really good social media expert. She will have lots of good ideas for you when we publish her episode next Tuesday, the 24th of October. And then we were going to talk about a health product. Is that right, Kathleen?
Well, today, I wanted to bring up the spike support formula that has been developed by the Wellness Company, and Dr. Peter McCullough was behind this, and it's just a fabulous product. Especially, it's so relevant right now because of anybody with concerns with either COVID or any other viruses. It contains all natural, non-GMO, scientifically supported ingredients. It has an ingredient called nanokinase, which is an enzyme that helps to prevent clotting, which is so important. But it also contains a lot of other natural ingredients, such as dandelion root, selenium, black nativa extract, green tea extract, and Irish sea moss. All of these things are powerful to help boost the immune system. So anyways, we will have a link to that product in this video below, won't we, Peter?
Oh, yes, absolutely, we will. And it'll be in our newsletter as well. And then you wanted to refer back to an episode we recorded over a year ago with an interesting procedure. So why don't you talk about that?
Yes, about a year ago, we had the privilege of having somebody come on the show to talk about thermography. And this is an alternative diagnostic to like the mammograms and all of that. So it doesn't, give off any radiation or anything like that. It's very, very accurate. And we talked to the lady that does the thermography testing here in our region, and she went through and showed us what the images look like on the screen and took us through all of that. And I think we're going to post a link to that video again here. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is that I just recently had another thermography, and maybe we'll talk about that down the road in another interview here.
Okay, be interesting to hear more about that. Yes, so the link to that video is in the notes in the description and whatever platform you are watching or listening to this on. And the last quick one to mention also about boosting your immune system and getting fit now that the colder weather is descending on us in the north of the Northern Hemisphere and people won't be walking and running as much as they should. So we interviewed a guest called Bobby Aldridge who came up with the BAM method, and that was a couple of months ago. We'll put the link to that video and audio in the show notes below and in the descriptions. He came up with a very simple exercise you can do at home to keep you fit in the winter, well, throughout the year, in fact, and that's really worth watching. Watching helps you build up your muscles, strength training, and easy to do. That's about it for me. As always, if you don't want to miss out on our guests, visit our website, theyakkishow.com, and sign up for our weekly newsletter. We don't inundate you with emails. It's one a week telling you who's been on this week, who's coming next week, and a couple of other little bits and pieces. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and over to Kathleen.
Yes, thank you all so very much. And if anyone is interested in being a guest on our show, please visit us at theyakkingshow.com. All you need to do is click on the contacts tab where you will find a short application form. So until next week, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.